And now, welcome to Mad Mega Gaming. Brrrah! Skia!
Welcome to the first episode of Mad Mega Gaming, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and today I'm joined by my good friends, Richy and AJ. Due to some technical issues, I don't have the original recording, so I had to record this afterwards, but I hope you guys still enjoy the show. Alright, so let's get right into Play of the Week then. Play of the Week is a section that we have where we each talk about a game that we've either been playing this week or just saw a lot of interesting things about that we want to talk about. So I'll go ahead and start with you, AJ. You mentioned that you wanted to talk about...
I can kick it off for Play of the Week. My Play of the Week this week, man, is Quantum Break. So Quantum Break came out back in April, and I'm just getting around to playing it now. And I remember when it came out, it had a lot of mixed reviews. So some people were feeling it, some people weren't feeling it. And I gotta say, man, since I'm on like Act 4, so maybe I'm like midway through the game or something like that, and I can't understand any of the negative reviews. The plot is amazing. The acting, of course, is pretty stellar. They got a great cast, and the game's just overall fun. Like it feels like a high quality movie. So I don't really get where all the negative criticism was coming from, but I've really been enjoying the game.
So what did you think about the TV episodes? I heard that those were kind of hit and miss. What did you think of those?
I actually liked them. To be honest, for going into it, I kind of thought they were going to be really cheesy, and just overall they were going to not be as good as the game scenes and the gameplay. But I actually thought that they were like pretty well made. There were a few moments where it was kind of like, it's kind of cheesy, but for the most part, like it kind of felt like premium television. Like it felt pretty good to me. That's my opinion, though.
So how long? Because I haven't played Quantum Break, so I actually don't know a lot of this information. How long and how many episodes are there?
I want to say that the game has 7 acts, I think. And the episodes happen between each act, I believe. And the episodes are about, I want to say 20 minutes, 25 minutes, about the length of like a regular 30-minute show on television. But yeah, about 7 acts and then maybe an episode in between each act or something like that.
Tell me about the combat, because it looks interesting, but I've heard here and there about the combat.
Yeah, so the combat is, it's focused around the time powers that you have, and as the game progresses, you get more time powers and more evolved versions of the time powers. And also in the game, they do have like an upgrade system where you can make your abilities stronger and give them better attributes. So I think one of the criticisms I did see about the game was that like the time power abilities, like they weren't like chainable, so you can pull off like really cool combos essentially. But I think the combat is really fluid. Like I don't think there's ever been a time where it's felt clunky or couldn't like chain abilities. Like everything felt smooth. Like even the cover aspect of the game, it automatically puts you in cover, so there's no cover button. So as soon as you walk up against like a box, your character's gonna automatically duck, and then you aim your gun, he'll pop out, and you can shoot. Then with the time abilities, you have there's a decent amount of abilities in the game. From shields to like speed burst dodges, um, and I guess you can kind of play it how you want, and you can kind of set up your own little combat scenarios, and you can go into a battle and be like, okay, I'm going to use this ability and then do this, and then go around here and take everybody out. So I mean, in that regard, I feel like you can kind of play the game and approach each combat scenario in kind of your own way. I think that kind of gives it a little bit of extra appeal, at least in my opinion, because everybody can play the game a little bit differently. And if you wanted to play it like a pure, cover shooter, you can do that too. But you can go into each situation and utilize your different abilities, however you want, and it creates some interesting combat scenarios.
So does the shooting in the cover system, does it work like how Gears works?
It's like Gears if Gears didn't have the A button. So if I run
Okay.
up to some sandbags, he's gonna automatically duck behind cover. So I don't have to like click an action for him to get behind cover. It's all like automated.
Was there any
And
dashing? Like dashing
there
from cover to
is
cover?
there is no cover to cover, but you do have sort of like a dash ability that you can kind of like force yourself to get into additional cover.
Does that ever feel awkward since it's not like traditional gaming?
I kind of thought at first that it would. So, since it's like automated, you would think that there would be moments where you're trying to run and you're like, oh shit, like he's ducking, behind this cover or whatever. But it's all fluid and it all makes sense. Like when you're being shot at and you're like running, you can run alongside, these crates or these sandbags. You automatically get down behind them and you can keep moving. So like you're taking cover, but you're not like locked against the cover like in Gears. How you kind of walk along, you're sliding against that barrier. This is more like kind of realistic to where you're just kind of ducking behind it and you're still able to move freely behind that cover. And then of course you can left trigger and pop out and shoot.
Dang. Sounds pretty legit.
Yeah, both of you guys, and I don't think either of you have played it, have you?
I seriously want to get it. Not
Yeah,
gonna
you
lie.
should definitely give it a chance. You know, I would definitely recommend it. I'd recommend this game to anybody that has an Xbox One to check this game out, and they'd have a good time.
Well, they also have the option of playing it on PC, and since I'm primarily a
Oh,
PC gamer,
that too.
I'm
It
gonna
is on
wait
Windows
until
10. Good point.
yeah, I'm gonna wait until they get some of those. I know there's a few issues with the frame rate and some weird scaling issues with the resolution, so I'm gonna wait for them to hash out some of the issues before I get Quantum Break.
Awesome. And speaking to that, I think they do have a big patch coming out here pretty soon. So you might not have to wait too long before that game gets nice and patched and playable to the degree that you need it to be.
Okay, so Richie, what game has been your play of the week?
My game that has been the play of the week is probably the majority of what the world is playing right now, and that is Overwatch. That game came out last month on the 24th of obviously 2016, and honestly, it has a key to my heart. Although it makes me so stressed out and just literally wants me to, like, just punch the crap out of my TV, my subconscious constantly tells me, Richie, this game is awesome. I mean, look at the character design. Look how everything is just so different than a casual shooter. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep playing it. And I get wrecked, and I don't get wrecked. But hey, the game is still amazing. It's still fun. There's still several different kind of combos you can do within the shooting game. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it. It's just so unique, and it's catchy. I don't know.
Would you say the skill cap in that game comes from being able to shoot accurately, or do you think it comes over from team compositions and counters?
They both come hand in hand, honestly. You have to be able to be pretty agile with the controller in shooting games, just so you can be accurate in taking out the enemy. And you also have to have very good strategy with the team. I mean, if you just play with randoms all the time and don't even talk to each other, you're gonna get wrecked every single
Definitely.
time. But I
Definitely.
mean, if you have a team, you're talking to each other, and you're not having the same characters twice, like two Hanzos, which is stupid, or like three Widowmakers. Why are you gonna have three snipers in the same team? No, it's all about strategy. I mean, you guys gotta just cooperate with each other, figure out a strategy, defense, offense, and that's literally the only way you can play the game successfully and having a fun time and not getting wrecked.
I think my favorite strategy that we've been playing is when we're playing on attack and we all go Winston and just jump over all the Torbjorns and Bastions that
Planet
they
of
have
the
set up.
Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, baby.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, honestly, it sounds ridiculous, but I mean, anyone who's listening, you play Overwatch and you're getting wrecked by someone's defense, you gotta tell your teammates, like, look, we gotta do Planet of the Apes right now. You jump right over their defense. Screw their turrets, because they're right there. Screw that stupid Bastion. He's freaking planted right there like a freaking tree, and he's probably some 12-year-old. I don't know. And you just go over there and you just put your shields up and you just freaking wreck. Like, it's pretty freaking awesome. And I mean, hopefully one day Blizzard will make a movie of the Planet of the Apes Overwatch style, because it's that awesome.
Did you see the rumors that about the new hero that they're supposed to be coming up with?
I heard rumors that's supposed to be a sniper. Is that correct?
So from what I heard, it's supposed to be a support sniper. I'm not sure exactly how that work. But I saw a new rumor today, at least someone on Reddit, I can't remember who it was saying that each Overwatch video has 2 heroes in it, except Soldier 76's. So the rumor is that new hero is the mother of that kid that he saved.
Are you serious? Wow, I never knew that.
I just
really
saw
cool.
that earlier today, so I guess I haven't mentioned it to you guys yet. But yeah, I was reading about that. I was like, huh, that's really interesting.
I actually have not seen that hero short yet, so I need to check that out.
Oh, you gotta check it out. I mean, here, Soldier 76, he's like the most generic character, bringing back
on
to
purpose
Halo 1, 2, and 3. But that video, oh my freaking gosh, it's pretty mega.
So someone explain to me, how does a support sniper work? What is a support sniper? So I feel like if you have a sniper, it's a sniper, but what's a support sniper?
I mean, let's say, you have a kid, they're 16 years old, and they're terrible at school. Well, you're going to be their support and be like, son, you're going to do good. Same concept with the sniper.
Is that the same concept? 'Cause I don't know about that.
Exactly the same concept.
Support sniper. I think maybe she can sight
Maybe
people.
she has some defense skills, and she also has a long distance kind of thing, like Hanzo and Widowmaker, but they're more defensive, I'm guessing.
I guess I don't get it. Like, we have Widowmaker, that's a sniper. So what is she, an offensive sniper? And this person is a support sniper, but like, what abilities does that support sniper have to make them support? Like, I guess the only thing I can see is, like, if you snipe your teammate, you can heal him, like something like that along those lines.
Sick. Or buff him.
Yeah, or like a buff if
Yeah.
you snipe him with a certain ability or something like that.
Well, maybe with maybe one of your abilities is when you shoot someone, they get locked down, or maybe some sort of debuff.
Okay,
That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, I could see that.
I guess I could see that.
If they're a traditional sniper like Widowmaker, but people are saying that it might be Pharah's mom, so maybe it's just a sniper with a jetpack that doesn't do as much damage as Widowmaker and Hanzo. But
Do we know when this character's getting revealed? Like, is it at E3 or?
no, I have no idea.
Okay.
The only thing I know about patches coming up is that they are going to be bringing in competitive play later on this month. And then at some point, they're going to be buffing D.Va's machine guns and nerfing McCree's damage on tanks.
Good, because screw McCree. I hate that guy.
Oh my gosh.
It
Wasn't
wasn't
do
until
something about a smoke bomb.
I think the smoke bomb is fine as long as he can't, one hit a Reinhardt with his ability.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I never had any issues with McCree until I was playing Reinhardt. He rolled through my shield, turned around, smoke bombed me, and then I went from 100 to 0.
Fan the
That
hammer.
is absurd.
Yeah.
That's like an instant death. That's
That
it.
is so absurd.
Okay, so the game that is my play of the week this week has been Dark Souls 3. Now, I'm like,
That Dark Souls.
Dark Souls
though, baby.
Dark Souls is my favorite game. Just my favorite game. So I was really excited when Dark Souls 3 felt a lot more like 1, because I see that people have a lot of hate for 2. I thought it was fine. It's just, to me, the combat itself felt really weird and mechanical in a way that Dark Souls 1 and 3 felt more like a natural movement that I would make. So I played through Dark Souls 3 and I finished it, and I played with no summons on that one, and then I restarted.
Wait, no summons? Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that Dark
I
Souls
beat,
veteran, man.
I beat Dark Souls 3 with no summons, and then
Every single world I go to, I have to have like 5 summons if possible. And that's not even possible.
I mean, you get used to it. Like the the iframes for the rolls in this game are really generous.
They
So
are.
most
yeah.
bosses I can just roll around them, except the last boss. That one was hard to do until I figured that one out. So I beat Dark Souls 3, and then I immediately started a new character because I wanted to switch to female Henri because I was playing as a female at first. I was playing with another buddy of mine, and he was like, "Oh, there's Henri. I wonder how she's doing." I was like, "What do you mean she? That's a dude." And then, "No, dude, that is definitely her." I was like, "No, dude, that is definitely." And then I think you
That
were there, H, and you're like,
gender-based.
"I think it's based on your gender for your character." I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense."
That's pretty cool.
So I restarted, and right now I'm just trying to get through the Dark Soul achievement, which feels a lot more like a grind. So I've beaten New Game on the new character, and I'm a New Game Plus right now. And I was in the crab area, and I got invaded, and I haven't touched the game since.
Dang.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Do you think Dark Souls 3 is the fastest out of the three? Like as far as its movement and the enemy speed, like attack speeds, and I know for me, it feels like it might be the fastest out of the whole franchise. I'm not sure what your opinion is on that.
I think the character speed for 1 and 3 are about the same. I think there's more iframes in 3. 2 is definitely the slower one of them.
Right.
But the enemies in Dark Souls 3 are just insanely faster. So I think late game in Dark Souls 1, I mean, you're fighting the Fire Sage, who was just a copy of the Asylum Demon. And I think the fastest enemy in the late game was Gwyn. But in Dark Souls 3, you have, I mean, can I talk about those bosses right now? I know it's kind of,
Oh yeah, spoilers.
but a lot of the bosses near the end of the game were, okay, I need to put on this ring, which gives me more iframes because they attack very fast.
Yeah, because I know for me, man, Dark Souls 1, man, Havel all the way. I like playing the tank. And in Dark Souls 3, like I just could not do it. Like I couldn't wear any heavy armor because the game just was so fast that if I was, fat rolling at all, it was immediate punishment. And so I played the game a lot differently. And it's probably the fastest that I played any Souls game. I made sure I was staying at a medium roll, and I was doing a lot more dodging than I've ever done in the Souls series. So to me, Dark Souls 3 just feels like the fastest out of all three of them.
I agree. In Dark Souls 1, I think I was able to get through most of the game without leveling up vitality or health and your stamina past 20. And then I was able to use sorceries. In this game, I was like, man, I want to use sorceries because the Moonlight Blade, the Moonlight Greatsword is my favorite weapon in the game, in the entire series. But I need that health and I need that stamina to survive. Yep. So they definitely changed the way I had to play the game.
Yeah, because even the heavy weapons, because I love me some heavy weapons like Great Club, Ultra Great Sword, all that stuff. And then in Dark Souls 3, I'm using Claymore and other just kind of straight swords just because the game is so fast that the attacks on those, ultra weapons are just so slow. And I'm just like, I can't play this game like this. It's just too fast. So definitely had to switch it up for this one.
Yeah, definitely, especially in that end game. It's that using a great sword as opposed to straight sword means like 2 or 3 extra hits on a person before they start attacking again. It was tough. I had to switch weapons on the last boss.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, like playing Dark Souls 3, every time I got summoned or got invaded by someone, and they just had a whole bunch of heavy armor, huge giant weapon, freaking slow as a freaking I don't even know what.
Yep.
I just wrecked him to the extreme because I'm a Dex guy. I was super fast. I'm just rolling around him like freaking Saitama and wrecking him to the Mad Mega extreme. And you can't go with giant heavy weapons if you're invading someone or whatever. I mean, you're just gonna get wrecked.
Yep. I think the heavy weapons are definitely at their weakest point so far in the series. So hopefully they can do something to kind of give them a little extra bump. Because I think one of the things is they also consume way too much stamina. Because I feel like I can only get like a couple swings out of the Ultra Greatsword when in other entries in the series. I just felt like none of the heavy weapons consumed as much stamina as they do in Souls 3. So I think that's one thing that kind of hinders like heavy builds and things like that. Now, Richy, you've never played Dark Souls 1, right?
No, I haven't.
So I'd highly recommend, man, if you ever get the chance, and it's on the backwards compatible on the Xbox One now as well. So, you ever get the chance, man, definitely try out Dark Souls 1. Or if you can get it on PC, get some mods in and make it look a little bit better. Cause trust me, it's a little dated, but
Yeah, I'll
it's
definitely
still
try it. I
an
mean,
amazing game.
honestly, you guys made me fans of and big fans of Dark Souls. And if it wasn't for you guys, I would never play the game for some
Yep.
reason. But it's a pretty freaking awesome game. I mean, I started playing Dark Souls 2, and I thought that was a insanely good game. And then Dark Souls 3 just blew me out of freaking water.
Yep.
And now you guys saying that Dark Souls 1 and 3 are just similar. I mean, I'm definitely going to try it sometime.
Yeah, man.
I was about to ask because most people, it seems like the first Souls game they play. So people who play Demon Souls say that's the best one. Me and AJ and I played Dark Souls 1, so that's our favorite. So Dark Souls 3 is your favorite so far? You started
Honestly,
on 2.
Dark Souls 3 I think it's the best. Dark Souls 2, when comparison, I think it sucks, honestly. Like, I thought it was amazing when it first came out, but as soon as Dark Souls 3 and I got, introduced by it, I was like, what the heck was I playing?
Yep.
This is freaking amazing. It's just like, what the heck?
Okay, AJ, why don't you start us up on the news?
All right, guys. We can start discussing that news. I guess first I can talk about some of the stuff that actually got revealed and announced today. Today's date is on June 8th, so Wednesday, June 8th. I guess the biggest reveal that came today was the Watch Dogs 2 world premiere announcement. So they did a video, like a long 18-minute video, where the developers of the game walk through all the new things that were coming to Watch Dogs 2. We got to see the gameplay for the first time of Watch Dogs 2, as well as getting a closer look at the new character, Marcus Holloway, the new setting. It's set in San Francisco, and then
Okay.
also some of the new gadgets and some of the new hacking abilities that we'll get to see in Watch Dogs 2 as well. So I guess I'll go ahead and ask Richy. Are you a fan of Watch Dogs, and are you excited to hear about some of the new things that Watch Dogs 2 will bring?
Sadly, I never played Watch Dogs 1, but as soon as I saw the first trailer for the first one, I thought I was blown away. And after hearing about Watch Dogs 2, honestly, I am really stoked about this. I mean, I seriously want to get my hands on it and try it out because I mean, it just feels like kind of like a GTA, but way more advanced and based like the sky's your limit and just more detail and everything. So I'm pretty stoked about this.
Definitely, they're definitely bringing a lot more details, especially to the hacking part. Because they did mention that you'll now be able to hack every character in the game. So in Watch Dogs 1, you could only hack like certain people, right? So only certain people that they created in the world could you hack. In this one, it's anybody. So anybody's game, you can hack anyone. And another feature with the hacking is also you can now hack vehicles and kind of use them as remote control cars. So the game is a lot more detailed in that respect, where you can pretty much hack almost anything in the world. So I think that will definitely please a lot of people that didn't like Watch Dogs 1 because the hacking felt a little subpar. What do you think?
One of the trailers for Watch Dogs 1, did they show that you could hack vehicles? I definitely remember them jumping around on cameras.
Yeah, I think in Watch Dogs 1, I'm trying to remember correctly. I don't think there was any vehicle hacking, especially to this degree.
I mean, you could just hack the streetlights and
Yeah, you could hack
guardrails and
hack
stuff.
the street lights, but I don't believe there's any vehicle hacking, especially not to this degree where you can actually hack the vehicle and control it as if you were driving it, kind of like an RC car. And Matt, you didn't play Watch Dogs 1 either, did you?
So when I first saw the reveal trailer, I was really excited because it looked like, oh, this is going to be Assassin's Creed in modern day. And then as the reviews started pouring in for Watch Dogs 1, they're just kind of like, it's a good idea, but it needs a second game. And I feel like a lot of these new IPs are going to be in that where, oh, just wait for the sequel because the first game's just establishing itself. And then the second game will be it working on itself. So
Well, check this out.
yeah.
Check this out, because you mentioned that you thought Watch Dogs kind of like the Assassin's Creed in modern day. Something cool with Watch Dogs 2 is they're introducing a new parkour system. So the movement
Okay.
is going to be extremely fluid, sort of in like the Assassin's Creed vein. So that might appeal to you a little bit more, with Watch Dogs 2 and having that more fluid movement system, and then as well as the combat is a little bit more fluid as well.
I mean, hopefully it's a dramatic difference between Watch Dogs 1, because honestly, what threw me away from Watch Dogs 1 was the fact of all the negative reviews. People complaining about just the gameplay, certain little details in that. The map was way smaller than the new GTA. The graphics just seem outdated, and I mean, hopefully Watch Dogs 2 will kind of, would do way better than that and actually feel like a next gen game.
Definitely. And I don't know if you guys have had the chance to watch the some of that gameplay footage, but take a look, because you can really see how much thought and improvements went into this sequel. And it's kind of like what you said, Matt. The first in the new IP, the first iteration is kind of setting the grounds, and they get all this feedback. And one of the developers in the announcement trailer even said that he spent months reading all the feedback from the players and kind of looking at what they did right and what they did wrong. And it looks like they took a lot of that feedback and put it into Watch Dogs 2 to make it the game that we thought Watch Dogs 1 would be.
No, do you know what studio's working on this?
I'm actually not sure what studio makes Watch Dogs. I know it's published by Ubisoft. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Okay. Were there any other details from the reveal trailer that you think we should talk about?
I guess a couple things I can kind of mention real quick here. They did emphasize that this game is going to really give you control of how you play, to the point where you can actually play the game without killing anyone. Like you have a taser,
That is
and you can
definitely
just go
up my
around.
alley.
So you can go around just kind of tasing everyone. So you can do a no kills run if you want. They mentioned better vehicle physics. So the game, I guess the cars in Watch Dogs 1 didn't really feel that good. So it looks like they put some effort into making those vehicle physics better. A lot of new gadgets, little RC cars you can control. You can control a drone. It's a quadcopter in there. You can fly around the city and survey and scope out your mission.
That's pretty
And
cool.
lastly, something really cool. They kind of lightly touched on multiplayer. And this kind of gave me a little bit of a Souls feel in a way. So it's going to be sort of like a seamless co-op. So you'll be in your single player world walking around, and you'll actually be able to see like your friend in the world. And so, they won't be able to directly control anything in your world, but you can actually walk up to them and like instantly start a co-op team, and you guys' world will kind of, join together essentially, and you can go through doing some co-op stuff. So that was pretty
That's
neat.
pretty cool.
But they're not doing it like I'm not going to spray graffiti on the ground and then people can see my graffiti and go, oh, is this guy a red phantom or a white phantom or anything like that?
So from what they implied, everyone is kind of part of this, what they call the DedSec, which is the main character is part of this DedSec group, this hacker group. And the way they implied in the announcement trailer that pretty much all your friends will be friendlies, like allies, because you guys are all part of DedSec. So I don't, at least from that announcement trailer, I'm not sure if they'll have any sort of, I'm going to go in his world and kind of wreck it, sort of invasion type thing. But maybe at E3 we'll see more.
So did this get leaked, or was this them just saying, oh, we're just going to get this out of the way at E3 so that we don't have to do this reveal trailer at E3?
So this was an official full reveal. So you can go on the Ubisoft YouTube channel and look at all of these announcement videos, and they're actually going to have a full length demo at the Ubisoft conference. I guess going into more detail about the gameplay of the game.
All right, what else you got for us?
And one more thing with the Watch Dogs 2, they did reveal the release date. That's coming November 15th, so go ahead and mark your calendars for that. All right. The next news topic here, another game that was revealed today was Injustice 2. Now, a few days ago, it did get leaked. Someone posted a leaked poster or something like that. So we kind of knew it was coming, but today we got an official reveal via a CG trailer. And the CG trailer depicted, all of the superheroes sort of just fighting each other. And in the trailer, they were sort of evolving in a way, like in each, like you'd see Batman, and then he'd come back, like he'd get knocked out of the frame, he'd come back in, and he'd have on some sort of new piece of gear. Along with this CG trailer, they kind of put out like a brief statement regarding some of the new things in the game. And one of the things they mentioned was a new gear system. So in Injustice 2, they'll have this sort of RPG-like system where as you're playing the game, you'll get rewarded with loot drops. And in these loot drops, it's going to contain gear that you can, equip to, Batman, Superman, Aquaman, any of your favorite heroes. And it sort of allows you to customize that hero how you see fit. So I think that was really interesting. And as I was sort of reading the comments about this new feature, there's a lot of concerns around, pay to win and things like that.
That's something when you were saying that, I was like, I wonder if there's going to be some sort of pay to win scenario.
Yeah, so there's some concerns with that, and I don't think they really, went into too much detail on that. But it definitely seems interesting. Did you guys play any Injustice, the first one, when it came out?
I've only
did.
watched
Did you,
the
Richie? Okay.
intro video of the whole entire Justice League team fighting, but I didn't see any gameplay or anything or any details.
What about the first game? Did you play the Injustice 1?
Oh, Injustice 1. I unfortunately did not, but I always heard really good reviews about it.
How about you, man?
Yes, so I did play through and beat Injustice 1, and I had a lot of fun with that game.
Nice.
Yeah, it was that came out after MK9.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it did.
I thought it was really cool, and I had a lot of fun with it. So hearing about Injustice 2, as opposed to like Mortal Kombat 11, is pretty exciting. I wasn't sure they would go back to this, so it's really cool that they are.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. I wasn't sure. Like, it almost felt like it might be just a one-off thing. So, I mean, it was a little bit surprising seeing Injustice 2, but I guess at the same time, it makes sense, especially with, the Justice League movie being made and that sort of thing. So, it definitely makes sense. And they did say that the game will be coming out next year.
Okay.
And I believe that the actual Justice League movie comes out next year too, right?
That's why there's an Injustice game.
Okay,
that's fine. I'm cool with that.
So that's that. So I'm sure they'll have some movie tie-ins.
I don't know about you guys,
costumes and things like that.
But that sounds planned.
I think that might have been planned.
Did you guys see Ed Boon's tweet after? So GameStop, or I guess an employee of GameStop, was one who leaked out that Injustice 2 was coming out. Did you guys see his tweets about the reveal?
No,
I did see that. That.
So he had a picture that said party invitation list. It has Obama, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Oprah, George Clooney, and at the bottom it has GameStop crossed off of the list. Pretty good. Pretty good.
It's always bound to happen, man. Every year, around this time, because all these retailers are, getting stocked up on all the posters to hang them up after they get announced at E3. So it's inevitable that some GameStop employee will be like, "Oh, I want to go on NeoGAF and post this," So I'm sure they knew it was coming.
That's probably why Watch Dogs got revealed now as opposed to next week. Everybody knew Watch Dogs 2 was going to be coming out though, so.
Yeah, they definitely were hinting at it, and I think it was, kind of obvious that they would, continue with this IP and try to get more out of it.
I think even before the first one got out, before the first one was released, they were already saying, "Oh, Watch Dogs 2 is in development."
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, but I can definitely believe that.
The release.
I can believe that, and I think that this game kind of shows that. When you see this game and how much better it looks than Watch Dogs 1, you kind of think that, yeah, they probably had to been working on this, kind of for a while, and maybe alongside Watch Dogs 1, essentially.
Okay, so what's next on your list, AJ?
All right, next we had the Battlefield 1 teaser gameplay trailer that came out this week. The Battlefield Twitter account kind of posted a little tweet hyping up the actual multiplayer reveal that's going to occur on this Sunday at the EA conference. And with that tweet, they posted a little video with some Battlefield 1 gameplay. So they showed some actual tidbits of gameplay, and definitely made me, made my mouth water a little bit because it looks so damn good. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to watch that, Matt or Richie.
I saw what is it called? I guess the first trailer they came out with the intro video, and that was pretty incredible. Like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
like the freaking hand-to-hand combat in the trenches. That's never been done. That's pretty amazing. And on top of that, like, I'm so glad that we're not doing the stupid futuristic crap anymore. Because I mean, come on, really? Halo has that. Gears of War has that.
Sure.
Let's go back
Overwatch
to
has that.
our roots and how World War One, World War Two. Let's appreciate what happened, and just know history. Like, those were really tough, very historical times. I mean, just miss those, like Medal of Honor. So it's awesome
yeah.
that those are coming out.
I wonder if they'll have a part when you're playing in a turret, like a mode where just one guy's in a turret and the rest of the team's trying to cross the trench.
That
And I
would
hope
be legit.
And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some cavalry charges and things like that. So I know I'm hyped for Battlefield 1. So I'll definitely be tuning into the EA conference and have my eyes glued to
Oh,
the
heck
screen, looking at
yes.
that sweet Battlefield 1 multiplayer. And
I
to go
seriously want to
along,
get the collector's edition.
oh man, that collector's edition is really nice. The
What's-
statue looks really good.
What's the statue? Because I actually didn't see this.
So I'm not sure if you've seen any of any of the promotional images for the game, but it has the
I
black
saw the
guy
dude
standing there with like the
trench
cape.
gun. The
He's standing
axe.
with the cape. He's got the old pistol, and it has the nice, the typical Battlefield like blue background with all the oranges flare, and he's standing there in this epic pose, aiming his pistol.
My favorite thing about it is that the dude is holding my all-time favorite pistol, which is a German pistol. It's called a Mauser Luger. And I mean, it's like one of the most unique looking pistols, and I'm so glad that they have it portrayed on this statue. Like,
Yep.
it's
So
such
if
a
you-
cool, unique everything about it. It's just amazing.
If you've seen that promotional image, and you can probably just Google Battlefield 1, and you'll see that guy is kind of I guess, like the mascot for this game, but that guy is the statue. That exact pose is the statue.
Okay, AJ, what's next?
All right, guys. Next, this week we had a new ukulele trailer, and actually depicted gameplay from what looked like a, somewhat final level that will possibly be in the game. They had a few different scenes and environments for the new ukulele game. And for those not familiar, ukulele is the new game from some of the team that made that actually created Banjo-Kazooie and helped create Donkey Kong Country. So they're making this new IP, this ukulele game, and it's going to be a lot like Banjo-Kazooie and have a lot of the similar things from those games that you're familiar with. Now, did either of you get a chance to see that gameplay trailer?
I did, and for years, I mean, seriously, years, it's ticked me off. Why the heck hasn't there been a freaking game like Crash Bandicoot or freaking Banjo-Kazooie out lately? Like, come on. That one stupid game that came out for PS4, Knack, I heard that was a flop. No, let's come out with a really good game like this one. It looks
Yep.
incredible. I mean, come on. It looks like Pixar, and it was like, hey, guys, why don't we make a game right now? And they did. But it's not Pixar. It's this other company that I can't really think about. But honestly, I'm pretty excited, and I cannot wait.
If you are interested in playing another platformer, I know Grow Home got a lot of really good reviews. You should look into that and see if that's something that you'd want to mess around with.
Grow Home?
I have it. I haven't played. I have a vast library on Steam that I need to work through eventually.
My question is, how do you grow home? Because
I think you're on a giant beanstalk kind of thing.
So you Jack the beans? Like, are you Jack killing giants?
I don't know, but I definitely could see you jacking the beanstalk.
Honestly, from my take, just hearing Grow Home, I think it's about some 28-year-old guy who still lives with his mom, and his parents are like, "Hey, Jack, why don't you just grow home? Get out of here. Go make your own home." And he's like, "I don't know, man. Let's make a game about me."
I don't know, man. Can I grow a home? Is that possible?
Our son Jack is funny. He wants to grow home. No, Jack, you gotta go home. Make your own family, you little frick.
Yeah, but you know, the new gameplay trailer from Yooka-Laylee, seeing all that gameplay, you can really, you know, it makes it extremely obvious that these guys made Banjo-Kazooie, because a lot of the same, they even use a lot of the same sound effects. So, you know, the actual characters, you know, Yooka and Laylee, you know, they make those same kind of, you know, grunts and different, you know, sounds that Banjo and Kazooie made, and even the way that they talked. So they gave us a little treat at the end of the gameplay trailer, and had a talking segment between the two, and you know how the Banjo Kazooie, how the talking was, that sort of that mumbling.
Yeah.
So it sounded just like that, and it was there's so much nostalgia there, and it got me really hyped for the game, because I remember at first when Yooka-Laylee was revealed with that Kickstarter, and I saw the character art, I wasn't really that excited. I thought they looked weird. But seeing the gameplay, seeing them in motion, you know, hearing the sounds and hearing them talk, and like all those elements, sort of just brought it all together for me, and I'm super hyped for the game now.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty legit. I mean, honestly, because I'm a big time artist, and I actually appreciated the character design and just the world design. I mean, it just looks so lively, and
That's true.
it's different. I mean, the rock structures is very square. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. It kind of brings you back to like Mario or something like that, but it's in 3D and it looks pretty cool and just very vivid and saturated colors. It looks like a very
vibrant.
fun game for all ages, honestly.
Yep, but that was the Yooka-Laylee gameplay trailer, so make sure you guys go check that out. Matt, have you seen it?
It is on my long list of E3 pre-release trailers that I need to watch this week.
All right. Make sure you go watch that. Right after we end this, go watch that trailer.
All right.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section of the news. So I saved all the rumors, the juicy E3 rumors for last. All right, so the first one, and I know Richy is going to be really hyped for this, but there are rumors that... No, not Overwatch 2.
Uh-oh.
There are rumors that Bethesda...
Hold up. I honestly might get diarrhea, because I think I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yep. So there's rumors that Bethesda is making a Skyrim remaster for the current gen consoles, Xbox One and PS4. It's going to be a definitive edition that features all the DLC, and it's rumored to even allow mods like Fallout 4. I'm not sure how true that is, but that would be incredible.
Oh my freaking gosh.
Richy, how do you feel, man?
Honestly, I don't. This might be awkward to tell you guys, but just hearing you has given me explosive gas. I can't control it because I'm just so freaking excited. I mean, guys, listen. Skyrim was my game when I was in college. I mean, I would catch myself playing that for freaking hours. I've played it 100%. I mean, there's hours and hours of gameplay on that. And I don't know, I think it's the best game out there for me. And I'm going to buy it again. And I'm going to play it all over again, just like as if it's brand new. So I'm freaking stoked for that.
So, did any of you guys play Fallout 4 and see how their mod system works?
So I haven't actually played it, but I did read up on it a little bit, and apparently it's working pretty good. I've seen people use even graphics mods, and those appear to be working pretty well. So, um, if this Skyrim game does have the mods and it works in the same fashion as the Fallout 4, it can be really successful. And I think currently the Fallout 4 mod system is actually like working pretty well. I don't think I've seen any big complaints with it yet.
Is there any type of moderation on it? So will I be able to say have Thomas the Tank Engine as a dragon?
So I think there are some limitations to like the size of the mod. I think right now it is limited to like really small mods. In fact,
Dang.
I could be wrong, but I think it limits you to actually mods that are under 2 gigs or
Dang.
something of that nature. So,
Dang, Daniel.
something like that may not be, I don't know if you'll be able to bring Thomas the Tank Engine in unless he's under 2 gigs if they utilize the same system. But I think that just might be to make sure that you're not bringing in anything too crazy that's just going to crash your game on the Xbox.
If I
Well, at
can't
least they
have
can
clean
do it.
faces in Skyrim, then there's no point in me playing it.
Where your faces eat messy food or something? Or you have
No,
face full
there's
of
this.
spaghetti?
I think one of the first mods was it Fallout 4 maybe was it gave all the female characters in the game clean faces, which is just why. I don't know, but that was just one of the mods that came out early in Fallout 4, I think.
Oh, that's an
Silly.
interesting mod. And it might be on the mod list for Fallout 4 right now for Xbox. I think there were like some 700 plus mods that you can install
Wow.
for Fallout 4 on the
Holy
Xbox.
crap.
So I mean the catalog is vast, and what's so awesome is that Skyrim has been out for a while now, so the mod community is huge.
Oh, yeah.
So if this is true, we'll already have access to it in abundance of mods on the Xbox One and PS4 for Skyrim.
Do you know if there are any type of gameplay mods? So, like, are there mods to say make Fallout 4 use only the baseball? Like, is there mods in there that change the gameplay completely?
That I'm not sure of actually. I know there's the sort of cosmetic stuff, but I'm not sure there's any mods that change the gameplay, especially considering the limit on the size of the mod. I'm not sure how much gameplay changes you can make with such a limited size. So I'm just not sure on that one, man.
Okay.
Man. But Skyrim remaster, how does it make you feel, Matt? Do you care?
No. I have Skyrim on PC, so if I wanted to play Skyrim remastered, I would just download an HD mod and install my train and my clean faces mod and be good to go.
There you go. Fair enough.
That's hilarious.
All right, now speaking of Bethesda, there's also been rumors about some of the games that they'll be showing at their conference. So the 3 games that they got rumored to be shown were Wolfenstein 2, Evil Within 2, and surprise, surprise, a revamped Prey 2. I was a little bit shocked to see that last one there.
Prey,
But
that's pretty cool.
do any of those 3 games make you guys excited, Matt?
Heck, Prey, freaking A.
So I figured that Wolfenstein is it called Wolfenstein 2?
I don't think it's called Wolfenstein
Okay.
2, but I think it's just what they're calling it for right now. Like it's gonna be, I think the New Order game, so a sequel to the New Order
Yeah.
game.
I didn't.
Mhm.
I got into. I like. I liked Wolfenstein. I'm interested in the 2. Prey 2 I've been hearing about for years. I played a little bit of Prey 1, and it didn't. From what I played of it, it didn't seem really that special to me at the time. The one I'm curious about is Evil Within 2, because did that game do well commercially?
Yeah, that game I think actually did pretty good.
Okay.
I even played it myself, and I got frustrated a few times, but I think overall it was a pretty good game.
Maybe it's just where I was at, but when that game came out, it seemed like it just came and went. While Wolfenstein people were still talking about Wolfenstein months after release.
I think Evil Within came out in a time where, I think there was a bunch of different horror games that were out. I think even Alien Isolation came out at the same time as well.
Oh, that's probably why
Um,
then.
Yeah, I think they both came out around the like October time frame or September or something like that. So it might have just kind of gotten, looked over because there were so many different games at the time. But it was definitely a decent game. It had its issues, but I think overall, most people who played it did enjoy that game,
Okay.
and I did as well. Besides some of the parts that would piss me off, but it was pretty good. How about you, Richie? Any of those three games excite you?
Definitely Prey. I did play the game a little bit. Prey 1. It kind of felt like Unreal Tournament with crazy monsters, kind of like Doom at the same time as well, and all these crazy cool different guns. And so Prey 2, I mean, that's gonna be freaking awesome. I mean, we have next gen games or game systems, graphics are 10 times better, and just the whole system of how shooters are nowadays is just 10 times better than how it used to be. And so just how Prey used to be, I'm pretty excited how like the potential it has. So heck yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I'm pretty excited about Prey 2. It's been through development hell, and I don't know if you guys can remember, but a few E3s back, we actually got like an actual like gameplay trailer of Prey 2, and then like it just went through a lot of development troubles, and apparently it's gonna be doing a resurface here this E3. So be on lookout for that, and hopefully it'll actually make it all the way this time.
Yeah.
The next rumor that we have here for E3, it's rumored that a Dead Rising 4 is being made, and possibly again it will be a Xbox One exclusive, and I would assume that would mean that it might come to Windows 10 as well. Um, how do you guys how does that make you guys feel? Did you guys play Dead Rising 3, and are you excited for Dead Rising 4? I guess we could start with you, Richie.
Um Dead Rising, I mean, I'm a huge giant zombie enthusiast. I watch Walking Dead. Anything that has to do with zombies, I've literally watched every single zombie movie, even the crappy ones. And so obviously, I'm just gonna be biased. I cannot wait to kill some zombies. So, and with some humor. I mean, come on, Dead Rising, you kill zombies, and there's some humor with the story, and it's for some reason also serious. So it's kind of like a satire to serious adventure games and the zombie games. I don't know. I'm so freaking stoked for this.
Yep. Matt, how about you?
All right, cut this section out because I have not played any Dead Rising games. I'm going to mark this time in the book and pretend you never asked me that.
Dang. What was that? Did you fart?
Oh, that was my chair.
Dang. AJ just blamed his fart on his chair.
All right, so do you want me to just not ask you, or just kind of mention that and like say something like, "And Matt, I know you haven't played any Dead Rising games, so I'll just go ahead and jump to the next one." Or something like that.
I'm not going to cut this section. I've never played a Dead Rising game. The first one looked cool.
What?
And I did not have the money to get it at the time, and it's just kind of the series just kind of passed me by.
Dang.
But I'm going to keep this in here because I think that's pretty funny. So we'll just keep it. We'll just keep rolling.
All right, I'll ask you
game.
So we're keeping this whole thing?
Yeah, we're keeping this whole thing. I'm not cutting any part of this.
Wait.
All right,
How about this? AJ, you ask him, but then Matt's like, I've never even played that game or picked it up or whatever, and we both just flip out.
That part's staying in the podcast. Anyways, next game. Let's keep moving. This podcast is at 57 minutes.
It doesn't matter. I wanted to be natural. All right. So Matt hasn't played any Dead Rising games, everyone. That's a little weird.
They look
He
cool.
is obviously not a freaking American.
Oh, I'm waiting for
a full-blooded communist.
I'm full-blooded. Hey,
the only Dead Rising
Matt,
game available on PC is 3, right?
Why don't you go live in some island?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to release Dead Rising Remastered Edition for PC with 1 and 2 in it.
Well, I will say this. In the rumor talk for Dead Rising 4, they did mention something about co-op. I think they even mentioned 4-player co-op.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
I think it might be worth all of us looking into and getting some co-op action in and killing some zombies.
Did the second and third games have multiplayer? I think the second one did. I can't remember if the third one did.
Yes, the third one did have co-op.
Okay, so
You
it's
could
full
you could
co-op.
play through the whole story mode full co-op.
Okay.
Yep, that was awesome. I myself, I got the game at launch. It was a launch title for the Xbox One. I loved it. You know, I played it with a good buddy of ours, Chris, who wasn't able to join us on this podcast. But we both did the whole campaign co-op, and it was a, you know, like Richie said, slaughtering zombies is just a fun thing. So um, I'm excited to hear about Dead Rising 4, and hopefully it does make an appearance at E3. Sticking to the topic of zombies, uh, we have the rumor that Shinobi, that rumor guy who's always right, he has hinted at a PS4 exclusive titled Dead Don't Ride that he quoted, or that he described the game as it's open world, survival apocalypse, undead, choppers, meaning like, you know, motorcycles, and some
Dang.
black comedy. So apparently, this game is being made by the same people. It's the same people that created Siphon Filter, and it's some sort of like open world zombie game where you're like playing as bikers, and it's got some comedy in it. Um, and that's about, I think, all we know. But I think it's just interesting that we have all these zombie games that are still coming out. I guess they're just, I think ever since like things like Walking Dead and things like that, the zombie train is just still chugging along. So it looks like there might be a zombie PS4 exclusive game, and hopefully we'll hear about that more at the Sony conference um, next Monday night. Dead Don't Ride. Any comments on that, fellas?
Sounds interesting. I can't wait to see more about it.
I wish I had a PS4.
Oh, that's right. I forgot it's a PS4.
Yes, so I do believe this is a PS4 exclusive. Yep. So you will have to get that PS4. Sticking to PS4, here's another PS4 rumor for E3, and not so much E3 as well. So there's a rumor that Knack 2 is being developed. So Richie, I know you mentioned earlier that Knack wasn't all that great, but apparently some people thought that it was because they're making a Knack 2.
Oh snap!
Yeah, so get excited. And in the rumor talk, it was said that it probably won't be at E3, but that it's in development. So I will admit the game did have some really good sort of Pixar-like graphics. So I would assume the Knack 2 will take it one step further, and maybe they'll make it a little bit of a better game. But
Make
this
it like
next
Avatar
game,
graphics.
that would be awesome if they could do that. But moving on from Knack 2, because no one cares about Knack 2, this next game is said to be at E3, and it's rumored that they will be revealing God of War 4. So earlier this year there were some rumors of God of War 4, and it possibly it's gonna start. The game will be about like the Norse mythology, and moving away from the Greek mythology. So that's gonna
pretty
be
cool.
interesting.
It's supposed to be a new hero too, right?
Yes, so I think that there is going to be a new hero as well, and he's rumored to have a beard.
Dang!
So get hyped.
Oh, I needed
That
to know.
beard though.
God of War 4, guys. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm glad the beer's in the game. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Richie, how about you?
if you're gonna be a man slaughtering freaking everything and a Viking, basically, you gotta have a beard, maybe even a couple dreads. I mean, it's gonna be freaking awesome. I mean, come on, the Norse, it's freaking sick. Hopefully, hopefully Thor's there.
That would be crazy, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Seeing a battle like that would be absolutely ridiculous.
Heck yes.
But yeah, again, that's rumored to be at the Sony conference for E3. Let's hope that rumor is true, because God of War 4 is freaking awesome, and I'm hoping that it's as good as all the other entries. But that wraps up the news, guys. Um, any comments you guys want to make about the news?
Yes, I do have a comment. It's completely irrelevant, but I was searching the interweb
Whatever that's
on
called.
the website www.google.com, and I stumbled upon One Punch Man. It's my all-time favorite anime. And season 2 finally comes out this October, supposedly.
Oh,
Why wasn't that the
So-
lead news?
Hopefully this comes out in October and we can continue watching our beloved heroes, Saitama and Genos.
Is there
Well,
any
sorry about
hints
that,
as if
guys.
it's going to be dropped all at once, or is it going to be weekly episodes?
It'll be weekly episodes like the last one was, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're
I
pretty
gotta
cool.
watch them after they're all done.
Oh,
well, that's awesome. Because One
Heck
Punch
yeah.
Man is probably the best anime I have ever seen. So that's pretty hype. And if I would have known that, I would have put that at the top of the priority list for news. So that is number one news. Thanks so much for that, Richie.
no
Ranma
problem.
One Half is the greatest anime of all time, just so you know. All right, now let's move into the next section.
I disagree completely. One Punch Man all the way.
And you're
All
still
right.
coming.
Okay, so usually this segment would be called Outside the Soapbox, where we talk about something that's not gaming related. But seeing as this is the E3 episode, I want to talk about something that we're really excited to see at E3. Something we've either heard about or just something that we hope we see there. So, Richie, you can go ahead and start us off
Okay,
with what you want to see.
so I'm actually really excited for Crackdown 3. I mean, it all started with Crackdown 1. And I mean, Crackdown 1 would not have been popular if it didn't have the Halo the Halo 3 beta attached to it. I mean, the only reason why Crackdown got so popular is because everyone wanted to play Halo 3 early, and I was like,
That
what
is
the heck?
so true.
What the heck? Crackdown is actually amazing. I mean, you're freaking super cop. You're not no RoboCop. You're freaking super cop, jumping, freaking riding these amazing cars, going super fast, punching freaking thugs like super freaking far. And Crackdown 3, I mean, just looking at the gameplay, there's so much sheer destruction. You can literally destroy a whole entire skyscraper. Someone's running across a bridge, you can destroy that bridge. I mean, you're not just a super cop, you're like freaking Superman. It's ridiculous. So I'm freaking stoked for this.
I gotta say, yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it as well. To add to that, Crackdown 3 is actually gonna be, I think, one of the first games on the Xbox that's gonna be really utilizing the power of the cloud. So Richie mentioned destroying like the skyscrapers, and so they're doing that through cloud power, where you can pretty much destroy like anything that you see in the city in multiplayer, and that's gonna be pretty incredible.
My worry
is
about this
amazing.
cloud computing service that they're going to be doing is once the servers come down for Crackdown 3, will you be able to still play the game, or will there be assets that are just taken out? Like, will skyscrapers be undestroyable after the servers come down?
So as far as I'm aware, the cloud power is solely for the multiplayer, as far as I'm aware. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that the single player will be like its own thing, and it may not be using cloud power, but I could be wrong. But I think that the cloud power is mainly going to be used for multiplayer. So I guess whenever the multiplayer is like dying down and no one's really playing multiplayer anymore, then they'll shut it down.
Okay, so what I'm most excited about to see at E3 is VR. I've been following the Oculus and the Vive launches, even though I don't have either. I have a Google Cardboard that I sync to the computer using RiftCat, which emulates the Vive at least very well. Oculus has been hit or miss. But I'm really excited to see what comes out from VR, because I think Oculus has a show, and I think there's a PC gaming show as well. And then the PlayStation VR is coming out, and then there's the rumors that Microsoft's next console, whatever the Xbox 1.5 is, will be powerful enough to run VR. So it'll be interesting to see if they try and get into the VR market with this at this E3 as well. So I'm really excited to see VR, because it is definitely the future of video games. It's just a matter of getting it in enough people's hands that it can become profitable for companies to develop VR games.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I love watching anime, and it reminds me of an anime called Dot Hack. or freaking Sword Art Online, and those people are literally using VR. I mean, it's set in the future, and honestly, it seems like we're in the future. I mean, come on, VR while playing games, that's ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna come to a point where like, hey, I'd rather be in the game than in reality because Earth is freaking boring. I can't jump 3 meters in the air. No, I can only jump like 2 inches, and then I'll sprain
I'm
my ankle.
taking my VR girlfriend out on a date tonight. We're going to this 5-star VR restaurant. So leave me alone, Mom.
I'll probably I'll probably VR throw up after because I ate so much in the VR restaurant. But in reality, I'm not throwing up, Mom. So get off my case.
Man, I'm pretty stoked for VR too. I have not had the chance to use like any type of VR, so not even the Google Cardboard or anything like that. So I'm not even sure what it's really truly capable of because I actually haven't experienced it yet. I've just gone off of YouTube videos and things like that. But it looks awesome, and I'm really excited to see like where they take it. I guess my main concern is the I guess the entry point into VR. Like right now it's for the good quality stuff. It's really expensive, so I'm hoping to see you know at least in the future, maybe not at E3. Maybe price drops where these things are more affordable, so it can be in more people's hands. And then also just seeing um, new games for it, like pushing the boundaries of really great games in VR. And I know from the games that I've seen, like there hasn't really been anything like, at least for me, that's pulled me in and been like, holy shit, I need to get an Oculus Rift like right now because I have to play that game. So I'm hoping that at E3 we'll see, that game like where it's like, oh my god, I have to get an Oculus Rift or else I'll die,
Totally understand that. I
Mm,
remember I saw a video that someone had their Oculus Rift and they're playing Skyrim. And like I said earlier, Skyrim is seriously my favorite game of all time. And just seeing the potential of someone playing Skyrim with an Oculus Rift, I was just awestruck. And I was like, oh my gosh, I
yep.
cannot wait till they finalize this product and they just create a game like Skyrim. You can play it on the Oculus Rift. Like, it's going to be freaking amazing. I mean, you're literally immersed into the game.
Okay, so AJ, what are you hyped about to see at E3?
All right, guys. So E3 2016, I am hyped for all the new hardware news and all the new devices that will be announced and released. At least on the Sony side, I'm really looking forward to seeing this PS4 Neo. So this whole PS 4.5 that's supposed to be coming out, I think as early as like early next year or something like that. It's going to be a more powerful PS4 that will be able to run the Morpheus, the PSVR. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that and how they handle marketing this new version of PS4. Like, how are they going to market games that are better on PS4 Neo and things like that. So I'm really interested to see that. And then on the Microsoft side, I'm really hyped to hear about, of course, the Xbox One Scorpio. I don't know if it'll be at E3, but that's the whole Xbox 1.5. That's basically the Xbox One upgrade. More power, and hopefully it'll have some VR accessibility to it, where maybe you can even use like a third-party Oculus Rift or something like that. And then also, there's been talks of Microsoft hardware like an Xbox One Slim. I'm interested in hearing more about that. And it'd actually be really cool if the Xbox One Slim had a little bit of a power bump as well. And it'd be cool if it can output at least 4K for video streaming for movies and media content like that. And then I'm interested to hear more about these streaming sticks. So these Xbox
Oh yeah.
streaming sticks, sort of like Chromecast. It'll be really interesting if you can take this Xbox like Chromecast, plug it up to your TV, and use that as sort of like a streaming thing, kind of like how you can do on the Xbox app on the on a Windows 10 PC. So I'm just really excited to hear about what these two powerhouses of companies, Sony and Microsoft, are doing with all this new hardware and devices, and sort of just creating all these new capabilities and creating new access points to utilize this content, and then giving us more power to play even better versions of the games that we're already playing. So I'm hyped, man. E3 can't come soon enough. I want to see all this new hardware talk.
Heck yeah, I'm pretty. Actually, I've never heard that stuff that you just talked about. That's pretty exciting. I mean, when they came out with the Xbox One, they were saying it's going to be the game console for entertainment, and it seems like they're really trying to push that, and it's freaking awesome.
Matt, how do you feel about that new hardware, man?
I'm excited to see what happens because I know that when I first got my Xbox One, I was kind of underwhelmed by it because I have a PC that is a little bit better than an Xbox One. So I'm excited to see what an increase in technology can do to help push gaming on consoles, which helps push gaming on PC.
Yep, and along with that, I'm really interested to just hear more about Microsoft's direction with sort of integrating all this Xbox and PC stuff together to the point where if you buy the Xbox version of the game, you also have the Windows 10 version. So I think stuff like that is really cool, and it will really not only push Xbox further as far as like revenue and making Xbox games and features more accessible, but kind of just bringing the community all together, PC and Xbox. So I'm really hyped to see what they're doing with the whole universal Windows 10 thing.
Definitely make my life a lot easier if that stuff works as well as I hope it does.
Yeah, but that is my E3 pick, man.
And that's the Titan. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us today. My name is Matt, and I'm today's jungler. AJ is our carry, and Richie's our solo laner. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. The details will be in our SoundCloud. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. That's all for Mad Mega Gaming. We'll chat later.